What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Episode 20 today of the Texans franchise. And we are in week 4. Like I said last video, I took week 2 and week 3, and I think I found a pretty decent playbook to roll with for the team moving forward on the offense. And I got a couple of more things that I want to talk to you guys about before we get to the game, including some around the league news, some re-signings, and some info on our upcoming opponent, the New York Jets. So you can see from the record, 2-1. We did win the 2 games that I used for testing. I still changed the book after the 2 wins because there was just way too much passing going on. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So in the first game that I tested, it was us against the Patriots. It was a huge shootout. As you can see, 48-32, the final score. I feel like the Patriots ended up scoring more at the end because for a while there, it looked like a blowout. And then looking at our stats, Dylan Gilbert, 103.4 rating, 276, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. But he threw the ball 36 times, which doesn't seem like a whole lot, but when I was watching the game, it was just no running. 11 for 50, 7 for 33. Gilbert ran it 7 times, and a lot of the runs came in the fourth quarter because we had such a lead. Before entering the fourth, I think neither Sweet or Pierce had more than 5 carries. And that's just not the kind of offense that I want to run. I like the 1-2 punch we have right now in these guys. And so I did do some changes, but I just want to show you guys some of the stats. Slayton played well, Cooks played well, Collins played well. Everybody was playing pretty good for us. Defensively, we didn't play too bad. It looks bad from the score, but the defense was getting some pressure. The sacks don't show it. And we did have a couple of very big plays on the defense. Derek Stingley Jr. having 2 picks, Desmond King having 1, and Frank Bonner getting 1 as well. And then in the second game, of course, it was the rematch against the Colts, and we ended up winning 31-11. Again, a game where we just threw the ball all over the place, and it worked. I just don't want to get into that kind of rhythm where we're just throwing the ball all the time. In this game, Gilbert, sort of the same stat line, 270-something yards, 1 touchdown, high 30s for attempts. And then once again, the rushing was very limited until we hit the fourth quarter, and then it was time for us to start running the ball since we were up by such a large margin. So what I'm going to end up doing is I have made some changes since these games. And of course, I watched a few of them each time. These are just the ones that I ended up finishing on, ready to move forward with the next phase. And so I'm not really sure how this new book is going to perform. What I did was I took the Texans playbook that we have been using, and then I added a couple of formations. I replanned the entire situation, like the game time situations, like first down, second and long, second and medium, and so on and so forth. And I adjusted the audibles. I took out every screen that was in the book and every halfback draw because I hate them all. And pitch plays. None of them are in the book anymore. I took them all out. And I'm hoping with the last edits I made that we'll get a good mixture on the ground. So that's where we're at right now with the playbooks. As I mentioned in the last video, I did do a list of all the upcoming players throughout the league that have a contract due this year. And this is the first wave, really, of them for an update that I have of players that have been signed. First one to mention, Joe Mixon. He was up for a contract this year, and they re-signed him. They did a 4-year extension. As you can see, he's going to be making $12.3 this year, and he actually ended up taking a pay cut, which I guess is just more of a Madden situation. Probably would have asked for a bigger payday, but I can see it. 7-year pro, not exactly a young running back anymore. Still a great running back at that, 97 overall. Total salary is 35.5, total bonus 20.1 over the next 5 years. He was not the only Bengal to re-sign in the last couple of weeks either. Jamar Chase being another one that was up, and I'm really happy to see this because a lot of you guys have been playing Madden 23 just like I have, and have noticed that a lot of players are just getting not re-signed. And whether that be because of the motivations or the tags or the CPU not offering good contracts, it's just upsetting to see it. I mean, it makes free agency exciting, but it takes away that realism that I strive for in my franchises. So I'm glad to see a guy like Jamar Chase getting a contract because no team in their right mind would ever let a guy like him go. And he got a little bit bigger of a payday than Joe Mixon. 5 years, same thing, but a $54.8 million salary along with a 37.1 bonus. making almost $20 million a year on average over the next 4 years after this year is finished out. Left tackle for the Bills, Deion Dawkins, was another guy who got re-signed. He was signed to a 3-year deal for $27.2 million salary and a $17.5 million bonus. The Broncos also put in some work and shored up their secondary by re-signing free safety Justin Simmons to a deal. Another 5 years, $51.2 million with a $25.9 million bonus. And then they also re-signed Patrick Surtain II to a pretty big deal as well, as he is now an X Factor, 24 years old. Love to see these guys getting their contracts, like I said before, on Jamar Chase. And he ends up with a 6-year deal, $47.1 million in salary, $37.6 in bonus. More high-end running backs getting paid. Nick Chubb right behind him, Joe Mixon. He gets a little bit better of a deal than what Mixon got. 6-year deal, $42 million salary, $34.2 bonus. The average itself is actually pretty close. He just got an extra year, it looks like. The team also re-signed veteran receiver Amari Cooper, and he got a 4-year extension as well. Something I'm not... don't make much sense to me. I'll let you guys know I will never sign a dude who's 30 to a 5-year deal. That is not in my wheelhouse of what I want to do. But hey, good for Amari Cooper. Almost $20 million a year on average. $70 million salary, $32.6 bonus. DeAndre Hopkins also got a new contract. 32 years old in his 12th season, and they gave him a 3-year extension for another $22 million on average. Wow, that's a big contract. Veteran strong safety Budda Baker, another guy who got a contract. 4-year extension, $50.1 million and $27.7 million for the bonus. Mike Williams, now 29, got himself a contract extension. I swear to God, this guy just got drafted like 3 years ago. Where does the time go? But he gets a 4-year extension worth almost $60 million in salary and $30 million in bonus. Unfortunately for us, the Colts came to an agreement with DeForest Buckner at defensive tackle, so he will be here for at least one more season to just ruin our fun every time we play them. And he did the same thing in the game that I didn't show you guys. But hey, he's back. $26.4 million for salary, $13.1 for bonus, almost $20 million he will get this year and next year on average. They also re-signed Kenny Moore. Same thing for him, just a 1-year extension. Micah Parsons also got himself a new contract, 25 years old, 95 overall X Factor, and he asked for quite a bit of money, which does not surprise me. He got a 6-year extension for a total of 7-year contract, $94.3 million bonus, with just 35 of it in salary, so a lot of bonus money. Dolphins made a very important re-signing for them. Javon Holland getting himself a new contract, just 24 years old, 86 overall. He gets himself a 5-year extension worth an average of about $12.5 to $13 million a year. Actually, no, more so like 13 and a half with that last year sneaking in there. Another young playmaker in the league getting himself a new contract, Devontae Smith. He gets himself a 4-year extension for an average of about $15 million a year. The 49ers might have traded for McCaffrey in real life, but in this world, Elijah Mitchell is still the guy here. He has turned himself into a pretty decent running back, 84 overall, just 26 years old, and he had just got re-signed by the 49ers to a 3-year extension. Not a very big extension, but I mean, running backs are still discounted, I think, especially in the contracts, not to mention in real life. So he's only averaging about $4 million a year. Wow, but they keep him. Eric Armstead also getting himself a contract. I'm really surprised they don't have his face in the game. You know, there's a lot of players that, I mean, obviously I understand that it's on the player to make time, if they have time to go there, if they want to go there. So I get that portion of it. That is just one of those players that I thought would have had their face scanned into the game already. But he re-signs a 2-year extension, and he'll average about $18 million a year. The Lions also wasted no time re-signing Penei Sewell this year in his 4th season to a new contract, and he's got himself a 5-year contract, so a 4-year extension, and he will make between 12 and 14 million a season after this season. Seems like a pretty small contract for a bookend tackle like that. I mean, obviously I know he's a right tackle, not a left tackle, but still, seems like the Lions got a pretty nice deal out of that one. The Packers might never re-sign their quality linemen in real life, but in this one they did. They re-signed Bakhtiari at 32 years old, and they gave him a 2-year extension for an average of $24 million. That is a big number, but he has been pretty much the franchise left tackle for the last how many years, so it makes sense. And one of the people he blocks for also gets a payday. Aaron Jones re-signs. He gets himself a 4-year extension, and he didn't make out as good as some of the other running backs, but not as bad as Elijah Mitchell either. So I almost feel like this was a team-friendly deal, because I don't think you put him that much lower than Chubb and Mixon in terms of overall and their age, but yet they all got 10 to 11 mil a year, and he's over here barely scraping by at 8 mil a year. Interesting to see how that motivations changed that. Maybe they were able to give him a lesser contract because of, team success or historic success, that kind of stuff. So it's interesting to see that stuff at work in the game. So that was all of the re-signs from the last few weeks. That was a lot more than what you'll probably usually see, because I had to do catch up from week 1. And I'll keep doing that every week. I'll be keeping an eye on the transactions and looking through things to see if there's anything important to bring to you guys. It's something that I really, really lacked in the earlier videos of this franchise. I did it so well in the Vikings franchise, and that's my bad for not doing it this time, but I'm getting back to that stuff now. I think things are finally starting to be normal with the game, not as crazy. So hopefully from here on out, things will be more normal. Speaking of being more normal, let's take a quick look at the standings, and then we'll check out the Jets before we get into this game. So with our 2-game win streak, we are currently sitting atop the AFC South. We're tied really with the Colts and the Jaguars. The Colts, we've already run through both of those games. We split with them. So we still have all 4 games between the Jaguars and Titans coming up. It looks like right now it's a pretty tight race, obviously, but after just 3 games, it's anybody's ball game yet. And then looking at the AFC East, which is where the Jets are playing out of course, they are sitting at 1-2 in 3rd place, tied with the Dolphins. The Patriots sitting at 0-3, Dolphins, of course, and then the Bills at 2-1. Overall in the league, this is something, again, we'll go into more detail as this starts mattering more, but right now we're just doing a quick look at it. We have 4 unbeaten teams: the Commanders, the Bears, the Eagles, and the Lions. Eagles make sense to me. The other 3, that's just Madden. The Commanders, Bears, and Lions being undefeated, that's something I did not think I would see too often. I'm sure that'll change, but you never know. I think the Lions actually have a good shot because they have Hudson at quarterback, who was Rookie of the Year. They have a pretty good line. Swift, I think it fits the system pretty well, and they brought in guys like Mike Evans in the offseason, so it makes sense for them. The Bears haven't made much move, so that's a little confusing to me. And the Commanders, I think maybe they are just starting to put things together with that defense. They've had a good defense for a long time. But you can see the Bengals sitting here at the 2 spot. Then we have us sitting at the 6, the Rams, Chiefs, Bucks, Colts, Jaguars, Ravens, Falcons, Bills, and Packers. So 15 of the teams have at least 2-1 record already. Of course, this is going to change a whole heck of a lot once we get farther into the season, but I just wanted to give you guys a quick look at it. Why are my Vikings always so bad in this game? Every single time. I've made mention of it how many times, and no matter what happens with this team, they are always sucking in this world. I don't understand it. Is there some kind of weird jinx on my Vikings? I don't know. You guys seen this before? I mean, maybe if you're not Vikings fans, or maybe if you're not a Vikings hater like a Packer fan or something like that, you probably have never noticed. But I swear to God, these guys cannot win a game properly if somebody is not controlling them. Sad to see. And now taking a look at the Jets so far this season, they opened up with a win over the Patriots. Then they lost 2 straight, one in Buffalo and then at home versus the Titans. This is a very key year for this team because right now they have quite a few key players, I think, that are up for re-signs, including quarterback Zach Wilson, running back Michael Carter, Elijah Moore. I'm pretty sure I think he already got re-signed. I'll check that. Elijah Vera Tucker and DJ Reed Jr. So they have a pretty, not a lot of guys, but I think quality guys that are up for contract. And then looking at the stats here, it looks like Wilson started off the year pretty good, 383 yards, 2 touchdowns, no turnovers. The rushing game didn't really seem to do much of anything in week 1, not even 3 yards average for both of the running backs. Receiving wise, Garrett Wilson, 160 yards, 1 touchdown. Elijah Moore adding 90 more almost and a score of his own, plus Corey Davis getting 82 yards. They have a really good 3-headed monster at receiver between Wilson, Moore, and Corey Davis. So that's something we'll definitely have to be wary of going into this game. And then there was very similar stats for their second game, but this game, Zach Wilson had a lot of touchdowns, but also a lot of interceptions. 3 picks, 4 touchdowns, 328 yards passing. And this was also the best rushing performance of the season for Breece Hall, 17 carries, 96 yards. Wow, apparently Hassan Haskins got a lot of carries in this game, and he had 3 touchdowns out of it. And then Corey Davis had a 100-yard performance as well as Elijah Moore hauling in 2 touchdowns. So this receiving core looks like it's really coming together. It's really up to, it seems like it's up to Zach Wilson. Is he going to step up to the plate and be the quarterback the Jets need? Or are they going to move on after this year and start fresh? Because they have a great receiving core. They have a good running game between Breece Hall, and I think Michael Carter doesn't get enough respect out of it. And then their defense is pretty loaded. Carl Lawson, Brendan Hills is a rookie safety they just got. He's an instant starter. They still have CJ Mosley. Their defensive line is filled with guys like John Franklin Myers, Quentin Williams. They drafted Kenny Woodyard, which is the guy I wanted last season. They drafted him top 10. They have Jermaine Johnson, defensive end that was a rookie this season in real life. So they have a really solid core, and sort of like in real life, it's more so like Wilson's just not costing them games, but he's not elevating them. So it'll be interesting to follow that throughout the season and see if these guys stick with Wilson, give him a contract, or if they let him walk and bring in somebody new. All right, so since I did so much talking in this video, next video is going to be our first week where we dive into the college players. I saw the guys' posts. Majority of you, from who at least voted on it, appear that you want more college coverage, and that is a-okay with me. So what we're going to do is we are going to do this game, and then next episode, when we take on the Dolphins, we'll do a full, I think what we'll do is we'll do like 1 or 2 position groups an episode, and then we'll revisit certain players as we learn more about them from the storylines that get released. And then you guys always feel free to let me know down below if there's any certain players or position groups that you want me to dive into more that maybe I missed in that episode, and we'll go back and we'll check this stuff out. So without further ado, let's go take on these Jets. We are back in Houston for our week 4 matchup. First home game for one of the episodes anyway this season. And we're going to be taking on the New York Jets. Of course, we talked about it before. 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions last week for Zach Wilson. Dylan Gilbert, still trying to see what we're going to get out of him. But yes, I had to go with the Reds again. I love the battle red uniforms for the Texans. Honestly, I feel like they should do that all the time. Make it their normal uniform. Not that I don't like the blue. I do like the blue, but there's something about a red uniform that I just love. But man, does it look clean. But Dylan Gilbert, through the last couple of weeks, has shown me that he can make the throws. He does have rookie mistakes. I've seen him. But he does have a playmaking ability about him. He can move the ball with his legs, and he can put it downfield. It's really up to our defense and our running game. If we can put those 2 things together, then I think Gilbert will find success much better than what we saw last episode, where we just got embarrassed against the Colts in the opening week. But this is our chance to sort of rebound and continue our win streak that you guys have not seen, but I have. And hopefully we can get a little bit more running action out of this new playbook that I can put together. We're going to start things off on defense. Zach Wilson coming out. You know, like I just said before, contract year for him, 7 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions, all from last week on the season. Outside of last week's picks, he's had a pretty good start to the season. A lot of that because of the 3-headed monster that I mentioned before at receiver. We got to be ready for these guys because they like to throw the ball, and they got plenty of good, talented receivers to do so. And they're going to set out with a 3. Oh, they're going to hand off to Breece Hall right off the bat, and we are ready for it. Short gain of 3. I did do inside run for our strategy this week. because I figured they were going to try to do exactly that as Breece Hall takes it out to the 36. Nice running and a nice push up front. Hall now a superstar. Not gotten to that X factor yet, but he is getting there, and he is going to be a star in this league here soon, if he's not already. And a nice juke into open space for him as he's going to get close to the 45 and come up a yard short for the first. This is exactly the opposite of what we wanted to have happen so far today. Can't let them get into a groove, because then it opens up that kind of stuff right there. Nice out route to Elijah Moore for a first down. And I did check, Moore did have a re-sign go through. I'm not sure how I missed it. He got a 3-year, $27 million negotiation, as they'll hand it off again to Hall up the middle. Empty backfield for Wilson. Lets it go, and he's got a man open. It's Corey Davis on the curl route. And that was just a simple cover 2 look. Neither the deep safety or the flat corner came up to play the curl route, and Davis makes us pay for it, as New York going right down the field against us. Wilson hit as he throws, still finds a way to get it to Corey Davis, and another 15 yards. Single back look, pitch it to Hall. We got players there, and he is brought down for a loss of 3. First good play defensively for us. 2nd and 13. Wilson scanning, going to take off with it. Can't get away from it, and he's going to go down. Actually, they'll give him a yard on the play, so it won't count as a sack. But either way, it's 3rd and 12 now. Can we at least hold him to 3? Wilson under pressure to the end zone. It's incomplete. And Ron Vick, the man who broke it up. Ron Vick filling in for the injured Jalen Petrie. And yes, that was not a game injury. That was actually a practice injury, as the Jets take a 3-0 lead here on the opening drive. And out comes the rookie, Dylan Gilbert. He's had a pretty good season. Not that you guys have saw, of course. But 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, 825 yards passing. He's played well for the last 2 weeks, and I'm hoping that he will continue to show that here today. But as I've seen in the past with this franchise and my last franchises, I'll have teams play super good when I'm not recording a game. But then as soon as I turn that camera on, it is a whole different story, as we'll start off on the ground with Jamarian Sweet, as he'll take it for 8 yards up to the 34. Very important for us to establish that run as well. 2nd and 2, we're going to throw it this time. Gilbert steps up and immediately takes off, and he's going to get the first down. Really didn't like that he didn't slide there. Definitely want them sliding a lot more often. Fresh set of downs. Another shotgun look. Quick drop back, quick fire outside to Sweets, who cannot hold on. And I did take your suggestion. I can't remember who it was who made the comment, but you said I should start Poe, and there he is right there. I put him in the starting lineup, and you were right. Straight up. Poe should start. He's an X factor. He came back from injury during the testing, and I'm like, we got to put him in. So he is our number 2 next to Slayton. Handoff to Sweets, who gets the first down. And there goes Slayton. With that Slayton injury, I'll double check on him later, but I'm going to go ahead and put Walker in right away. As a handoff to Sweet, tries to bounce it outside, gets caught up, and will end up losing a yard. So now our 3 receivers set is Walker at 1, Poe at 2, and Cooks in the slot at the 3. As Gilbert looking over the middle, and he's got Walker down to the 31. I think he was working against DJ Moore. Able to get that initial separation. Gilbert does a good job of putting it on him as the break happened. And another quick throw for Pierce over the middle. And Pierce down to the 25. I did make Sweet the starter, and we'll give him a few games to see how that works. Play action. Quick throw outside. It's caught by Harris, the fullback. And he's out to the 15. Fullbacks are people too. But yes, Sweet is the starter for now. We'll see how it goes throughout the season. Pierce, like you see here, still gets some carries, just not as frequently. And so far, I'm really liking this mixture that I'm seeing. Play action again to Sweet. Gilbert rolling out. It looks like he's going to take off. He's got a lane to the end zone, and he's in for the touchdown. Gilbert puts us up here in the first. And that is exactly why you go and get a scrambling quarterback for that kind of play right there. Look at who he's working against. Kenny Woodyard, the guy I wanted to draft. All right, we are back on defense. after a pretty big explosion by our offense, something we definitely did not see in week 1. As Wilson, looking to the right side, finds Hall, falling out of bounds. He'll get 5. I just feel like there's a lot better balance in this book than what I saw for the last 2 weeks of testing, which is something I was really aiming for. So I'm really happy right now. Oh, Wilson taking a shot down the left side. He's got a man, and it's incomplete. Looking for Garrett Wilson, but Stingley was all over him. Now 3rd and 5. Wilson got time running out. He's going to take off, but he can't get away from Robinson, and we're going to get off the field on a quick 3 and out. Last drive was awesome. Gilbert let us down with some good throws, finished it off with a run into the end zone. The run game itself looked pretty balanced. Can we continue it on our second drive? In week 1, if you remember, we did have a good opening drive, but then after that, we sort of fell apart as Gilbert gets hit as he tries to throw it there, and it'll drop incomplete. But this is where we need to find that consistency. Gilbert back to throw it again over the middle, and Poe makes the catch. Quick drop here, 3rd and 4. He's got to run with it. He will. He's got the space and a big first down all the way down, breaking tackles, and finally pushed out of bounds at the 33. Dylan Gilbert looking like a running back out there. You can't say you're not excited watching this guy play. And, oh, man, Pierce. Well, that's not even Pierce's fault. That was a horrible job blocking. Kenyon Green has got to get to his spot, and it's Kenny Woodyard, the second-year lineman. Horrible job blocking, and we're going to lose 4. And I hate that, because that is where, you know, drives can just get stalled out, because now you're working behind the sticks. Your play calling has to change. Gilbert going to throw it short, and it's caught to get those 3 yards back by Pierce. And that's the end of 1. And now we're going to get our chance to see what we got here on 3rd and 10. First 3rd and long of the day. Gilbert, under pressure, steps up, lets it go, and it's almost intercepted. Very, very dangerous pass. And we're going to have to settle for 3. Luckily, that did not go the other way, as Lutz puts it up, and he has enough to extend the lead to 7. All right, so last drive didn't go exactly our way, but we still got points out of it. Handoff, and Breece Hall with a huge gap right off the right side there, as he's going to take it all the way out to the 38. 6 carries, 36 yards for him today. And oh my God, I just realized the Jets have, what the hell kind of socks do they have on? They're like blue. Is that like their old throwback socks? What is Madden doing right now? They got navy blue and gold socks on. My gosh, this game has got to get right. That just looks horrible. Forgot to even call the game on that play because how stupid that looks. And now they'll go back to Hall, and this time, though, we're ready for it. Patrick Queen and Ron Vick. And I mentioned that very quickly before, but Ron Vick is actually starting at free safety today because Jalen Petrie was hurt in practice this week when I was doing it, as Wilson now taking a shot down the field on Stingley, and he breaks it up. 2 times they've tried to go to Garrett Wilson deep. Both times our new superstar corner makes the play on the ball. 3rd and 9, pressure coming. He gets rid of it. A wide open tight end over the middle. It's Uzomah down to the 31, and just like that, a huge chunk play given up. It looked like we were building up momentum to get off the field, but we forgot to cover the middle, which has been just the story of our life. As, oh, a fumble, and we can't recover it. Had a chance there to really change the game, but luckily Wilson falls on it for the Jets. And now 2nd and 15. A delayed handoff, and that's not going to work. Fletcher, Cox, and Robinson all over that one. 3rd and 14. 3 split to the left. Blitz comes, they pick it up well. Wilson over the middle makes the catch, but Wilson's short. And now it is, do they go for it, or do they kick the field goal? And they're going to opt in for the field goal. Probably a smart move. Just take the points. It's a 1-score game right now. And now it's only a 4-point game. Back out here with a 4-point lead now. Still in control. Hand off to Sweet. And Sweet will get a quick 4 yards out of it. First drive, it looked like we were about to start putting in some nice work on the ground, but that sort of has stalled in the last couple of drives, as Gilbert's relied more on the pass as he gets it off to Pierce, who breaks free from one, spinning off of a second, and finally brought down at the 42. Still making plays for us, man. Even if it's not in the run game, it's in the pass game. And it's a handoff, Sweet, as he will go down after 5. I'm going to give Pierce some looks today. I'm just giving Sweet like this first half, maybe just feel it out, and then if anything I can always switch it later. And another dangerous throw. Sauce Gardner was ready for that one. Poe running the curl route. Gilbert has got to be more careful with those throws. He's throwing them a little late, and there, that time he delivers it to Walker. That was a nice throw. Once again beating him on that dig route. That's definitely the matchup to look out for. Gilbert going to throw it again. Over the middle, this time Poe's open, and he's got himself a first down to the 25. See if we go with the run here. We got a big 3 tight end set out there. We're going to go with the stretch play, and Sweet gets bottled up. It was Hills, the rookie free safety, coming up to make the play on the edge. And too bad, because if we get him blocked, that might have been a touchdown. And now Gilbert going to throw it short to Pierce, and they're there to wrap that one up too. And now we're going to go empty set. Gilbert throws it to the end zone, and it's batted away, looking for Cooks. And we're going to have to take another field goal attempt. This is going to be a 40-yard attempt. Should be makeable for Lutz. He's got a strong leg. It's up, and it is good. 13-6 here in the second. 1st and 15. Wilson alone in the backfield. Scanning over the middle. He's got Wilson that time. Wilson to Wilson connection strong on that play out to the 36. Crowd is getting loud here. 3rd and 13. Wilson's got time. Time is going to run out. He's got to scramble, and Bonner is there to bring him down after a few, and that's going to be another punt. We're going to get a chance to open up this second half as we have let the Jets sort of claw their way back in, make this a 5-point game again. Or, yeah, 4-point game, sorry. You know, offense clicked early on, but has sort of sputtered lately. Let's see if we can change it here. Another short throw. Really sick of seeing those things, but they're a part of the game. I just don't like when you have 12 passes completed and you don't even have 100 yards on the day. Got to find a way to push that ball downfield a little bit more. There we go. Nice throw. It's Pierce making the catch. But I have come to understand that we are going to have some growing pains. I mean, that's obvious. We had him with Mills, and he was at least, you know, second-year guy when we started. But Gilbert's fresh. This is his 4th game, 2nd that you guys are seeing. So I can't be too hard on him. And obviously we know he's going to get better. Gilbert, deep drop, dumps it short again. Got to get out of that rhythm though. I don't want to check down Charlie at quarterback. You know, that's one thing that I definitely do not want. I'm hoping it's just that, you know, we don't have the routes opening up downfield. Maybe the Jets are running a good scheme against us. Oh, wow, that was just a dumb Madden thing. I can't even put that on the quarterback. That was just one of those things where tip balls just magically go to defenders' hands. So he threw it short. It bounced off of a head, and then it's bounced off of another receiver, and Fuller makes the interception. That's an unfortunate way for a quarterback to get a pick. Hate to see that, and now if we can't get a stop here on defense, the Jets are about to get some momentum of their own here for the first time today as Wilson looking to take off, tucks and runs down to the 41. Another throw outside, and makes the catch, but then falls a little short of the first. Let's see if we can make them pay for that. Wilson over the middle, and it's broken up, almost picked off. And we're going to go empty set here for 3rd and inches. I can't remember the play I have in here for that. Looks like a quick underneath play, and oh my God, you had a guy open, man. These are some of those growing pains that I was referring to. So we had it looks like a shallow cross with some flat routes called on this play. And while it looks like initially there's nothing here, Gilbert's initial response to just take off and run, which a lot of this could also be just Madden being Madden and how they code these quarterbacks. But as soon as he block sheds here, right here, he has not ran yet. he decides to run in this split second. But if for some reason that the quarterback was able to not run right away and think ahead, which most quarterbacks do, he would have had Brandon Cooks open with a whole bunch of space. Because while Anderson, the rookie, I think he's a rookie safety, is probably a pretty good guy, I don't think he's going to keep up with him. Just a short little dump-off route there. Could have ended up being, who knows, 10, 20 yards, at least a first down. So that's one of those growing pain things that I was referring to before. But this time it's going to end up us having to punt the ball. Big play there, push him back. Now can we take advantage of it? A short throw over the middle to Davis, and there's a fumble that we do pick up. Bonner's got it, and we get the play from the defense we desperately needed. Now can we make something happen? Darius Slayton is back from injury. I have Pierce subbed in now at running back. What can we do on this one? Handoff to Pierce as he is brought down after 4. So Slayton was put back in the game, so I went ahead and I put him back on the depth chart. Gilbert. Oh, boy. That was a bad throw. I was really hoping we'd find some momentum after that turnover on defense here. Now 3rd and 6. Gilbert has got to throw it. Finally does, and it's overthrown out of bounds. And, oh, man. Here comes another stupid field goal. It's going to be a 60-yard attempt, and we're going to miss it and give the Jets the ball right back where they had it. Yep. Oh, my God. We just got running into the kicker. You've got to be kidding me right now. And we just beat ourselves on that one. Roughing the kicker. First time I've seen that all Madden 23. Hand it off to Hall, who is brought down at the line. Now, these are the kind of things that we're going to see. Our team is getting much better, but there's growing pains with it, and there's young guys, and there's players that aren't fully developed yet when it comes to the game situational awareness, and it showed there on that one. You can't run into the punter. You just can't do it. 3rd and 10 now from the 31. As Wilson running around, going to take off. White, oh, he breaks free from Devin White. That makes sense. Play action. Throwing it to the end zone. Incomplete. I don't know about that, guys. It was a little fishy when Gilbert did it before. Now Wilson just did it to Devin White, superstar player. Maybe a little bit OP, but hey, it is what it is. 3rd and 9. Jets gonna get some points one way or another as he misses Corey Davis, and now that field goal is gonna come out. And we have slowly allowed the Jets to take the lead from us with 5 field goals as our offense has sputtered. 3rd and 6. And I swear to God, guys, this is the first time this team is playing like this since having this playbook. Wow, we just got away with one there. We got ourselves a lucky break there. Darius Slayton just caught a ball off the tip. It should have been an interception, but it ends up falling into Slayton's hands, and we get a first down on 3rd and 6. But yeah, I've watched about 5 or 6 games, and they all played pretty well on offense. And then I sit down to record a game, and all of a sudden they can't play offense. It's really weird how that happens. A gain of 9 on 1st, and now 2nd and 1. Under a minute to go here in the 3rd. Quick shot over the middle. Cooks makes the catch, and he's down to the 46. 1st and 10. This should be the last play of the 3rd quarter. It's going to be a handoff to Pierce. I don't know where he was going. He had a lane right up the middle. Now 3rd and 7. Another tough situation for us here, but we need this first down. We need something good on offense here. Gilbert's going to take off with it, and he slides short of the first. Oh, man, and now we're going to try another stupid long field goal. He made it! He actually made it! Now they have it 1st and 10 inside the 30. Wilson scrambling, throws it outside to Hall, and we're able to bring him down. A fumble, and we miss it again. And this time, though, it's Devin White. He picked it up, and Zach Wilson ignored it, and we're going to take it back for a touchdown. Wilson saved 2, but couldn't save the 3rd, as he stood there and watched Devin White pick it up and take it to the house. And drop back again here on 1st down. Wilson under pressure again. He's able to escape it, and he gets out of there. McManus was chasing him down, but he couldn't get there in time. Still gets 6 out of it. Big drive here for the Jets. 6.5 to go and ticking. Play action. And this time he doesn't get away, and another fumble that we miss out on. We should have had about 4 fumble recoveries already. But luckily, the Jets have been in the right place at the right time to stop 3 of them from going the other way. But 3rd and 18, they need some positive yards here to ensure a field goal. Wilson stepping over, and he's going to get brought down. McManus with his 2nd sack of the day. No more field goal for New York. Dylan Gilbert coming back out. Has not had the best day. Had a decent start, but has looked very erratic since then. Luckily, the defense sort of saved us. And as he finds Slayton now over the middle, a nice throw that time. But, you know, completing 20 passes and only getting 155 yards is not something that you want to see out of your quarterback. Gilbert going to throw it again. Really wish we would start passing or running the ball, as Davidson takes it out of bounds at the 43. And actually, it's funny, I'm glad he was in the game. Davison actually started showing me some real flash when I was testing. What in the heck was that? Wow. But anyway, 3rd and 7. I did see some nice plays from Davison out of the backfield a little bit. As Gilbert trying to get out of there, he gets outside, and he gets the 1st down. Oh, no, and he fumbled it. 1st and 10. Another shot here for the Jets, and we just forget how to have run commit. Okay. 1st and 10. Handoff to Hall, as we'll bring him down at the 37. Offset eye look. Another handoff to Hall, but we will bring him down behind the line. Hopefully, we can force 4th down. Wilson throwing under pressure, and it is caught by Moore down to the 30, and a 1st down. Wilson back, throws it short, caught by Moore again. As Wilson's going to tuck it and run. And a fumble. I think he was down, though. Well, there's no review. Will they give us the ball back? Wow, we got away with one there, but you know what? That serves them right for making Gilbert fumble while letting Zach Wilson run over Devin White. As a handoff to Davison, and he will take it out to the 26. 3rd and 1, Sweet lined up, I formation. You have to think we're just going to run this thing, try and get the... No, we're going to throw out of it. Gilbert throws, caught by Slayton, and that should do it. But there it is, guys. We might punt it before the clock runs out. I don't really care. We get away with a win, our 3rd in a row, 1st of this season for episode-wise. And we're going to move to 3 and 1. Offense looks shaky. Defense at times looked shaky, but at the end, we end up pulling out the victory over the Jets. And guys, I think we have the start of something good here. So we got out of that game with a win, and we got ourselves a pretty decent amount of upgrades. So first on the list, Dameon Pierce getting himself an upgrade. We're going to go ahead and we're going to give him elusive back. I want to try and get him to be more of an elusive back for us, since he's closer to it than Sweet is. And then Davis Mills is going to get one. We're going to give that to improviser for him. Doesn't put him up in overall, but we do get some nice stuff there. Throw on the run, throw under pressure, both get a +2. James Pearson also getting an upgrade. That's definitely got to go to power because he is really, really unbalanced. Wish we got more out of those upgrades. Braxton McManus gets one after a good day. it has him here as power rusher. I'm going to do speed rusher because I want him to be a speed rusher first. I think that's just because I'm in a 46 scheme right now, but I want to have speed rushers at our defensive end positions. Alfonso Redmond getting one already. That's awesome to see. And we are going to do run stopper for him. Jason Dahl getting one. We're going to do slot for him. There we go. He's up to a 73 now with the TMP. I like to see that. Tyler Jones, rookie tight end. I think we're going to go possession here. I like to keep possession and vertical threat about even. And then last but not least, Ladarius Grimes, last year's pick. We're going to keep going at that pass or the pass coverage to try and get that out there better. 3 awareness, 1 change of direction, 1 zone. And with that, that is pretty much all I got for this one. Like I said, next video, we're going to go ahead and start deep diving this college players for this upcoming season. I already have the scouts and everything put aside. I'll explain all that next episode. Appreciate you guys so much for watching. Please make sure you like this video. Consider dropping that sub button for me if you like what you see on this channel. And let me know down below what you think of Gilbert. Do you like the new playbook? Is there some stuff I should change up? Also, would you guys be interested in me sending this playbook out if you guys are interested enough in it to maybe toy around with it yourselves? I could also put that up on the community creations. Let me know down below, and I'll see you guys next time.